Hello, my name is Joshua. I'm from the Boston South End Corps, and I've been asked to speak about the Candidate Seminar 2020. I came to the Salvation Army in a really weird way. So when I was young, I didn't really grow up in the church. I had nothing to do with the church, but in high school, I needed a job like many high schoolers do. And I was put at the Salvation Army to just work there during summers. And I really enjoyed it, but I had questioned why the people who worked at the Salvation Army didn't go to the Salvation Army church. I thought it was really weird that some of the people just didn't do that. So I thought, well, is there something wrong with it? And then I guess my own curiosity or, God's plans decided to have me check it out. And so I came to the Corps on a Sunday, met the Corps officers, Major Smith, and hung out for a while and really got to learn and understand who the Salvation Army was and the community that was here in the South End. They took me in, and me being a shy person, our chapel has a partition. So on some Sundays, I would actually be behind the partition hiding out because I wanted to be a part of the church, but I wasn't quite ready to actually be a part of the church. But from that, I learned so much more, and my faith grew leaps and bounds. Usually when you think about Candidate Seminar, it's going down to New York, spending time at the training college, being together with other delegates. But this year, it wasn't quite like that. We weren't able to go to the training college physically, but we were able to take a virtual tour, and we got to hear a lot of really important and impactful things. So the theme for this candidate seminar was fullness. And for me, that was really important just because my candidate's journey has been really marked by that. I tend to think, or I thought for a long time, that I wasn't ever really fully prepared for officership or for training. And it took a long time for me to really think about how full am I? Am I fully prepared for the journey that God wants me to be put on? But this candidate seminar really helped to shed some light on that. Major Stoops spoke really well and really to the point about if you're not prepared, then do not come to training. If you do not think you're ready or if you have questions, take the time and get ready, because once you're here, it's all hands on deck. And of course, there's going to be supports there with you, but if you have any doubts or any concerns, work those things out first. And for me, someone who tends to overthink a lot, that was really good to hear, and it was really important for me to hear. When I think about the other candidates that were speaking and were sharing, it was really good to hear just because COVID has been really tough. And when you think of ministry during COVID, those tend to maybe not go so well together. It's really hard to do ministry during COVID, but the candidates and the other cadets there assured us that even though it's COVID, they were able to do so many good things in their communities while they were attending other churches around the training school or spending time together in fellowship just at the college itself. Finally, Lieutenant Colonel Lavoisier had a really powerful message where he talked about his time before officership and how he's been going through it, especially during COVID. It was really hard for him at times. But the key verse for that time there during the candidate seminar was Colossians 2, verses 9 and 10, where it spoke about the fullness of what Jesus Christ is in us today. I want to be a Salvation Army officer just because being at the Salvation Army, I know it's the only place I want to be at, and there's so many other ways people can serve, from like the Red Cross or so many other organizations, but they don't do what the Salvation Army does. They don't share the gospel and meet people's need in the way that the Salvation Army does. And for me, that's nothing else I want to do. And I want to be able to share my love of Christ with other people and there's nothing else I want to do more. And I guess if that's being a Salvation Army officer then yeah, I want to do that.